Okay. Welcome everybody. I'm Laura Lee Harrison with Gabriella Cruz Photography. I am the studio manager and the social media manager for GCP. And today I have a very, very special guest, Karen White. Did I say that right, your last name?
Wife.
White?
Wife.
White. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I have Karen with me. She is a recent lady that just went through the Lux experience and had a wonderful experience with us. And I'm here to kind of ask her some questions and see how the experience went for her, and so she can share it with everybody that's watching this. So I'm really excited to introduce Karen. Karen, thank you so much for being here. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi. Well, I'm a 63-year-old retired grandmother. I have two married sons and one 3-year-old grandson and one 8-year-old granddaughter. And this is something I've always wanted to do, this boudoir photo shoot. So I took a chance and had a wonderful experience with Gabriella Cruz Photography.
Nice, very nice. Are you, sorry, I was going to ask you a question that you just kind of covered, so I'm not going to ask that. Do you mind sharing with us a little bit about your story and more about who you are?
Well, like I said, I've been retired for a few years. I worked in human resources for many, many years, more than I care to remember. Years ago, I had a friend who was quite a bit older than me. I was probably in my early 40s, and she was probably in her late 50s at the time, and she did a boudoir photo session. And the pictures were just amazing. And ever since then, I always thought, gee, that's something I would like to do. And back when I was a lot younger, I didn't have the self-confidence. I don't know why. Of course, you know, you have your great body, you're young and everything, but I just didn't have the self-confidence at that time to do one. And now that I'm older, I don't know if it's because I feel great about myself. I don't really care about what others think as much as I did when I was younger. But I thought I would go for it and have this photo session. And so I did.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, self-esteem, a lot of people when they're younger don't have the self-esteem or the confidence needed to do something like this. And I just have to say, you are absolutely stunning. You know, I wouldn't guess that you're 63. I would guess that you're more like in your 40s. And then I've seen your photos and they are hot. So, you know, I'm going to go a little bit off of what we kind of discussed that I was going to ask you today. I would just like to hear how your confidence is now, like not even with the photo session, just now as a 63-year-old lady. Like what's the difference between when you were younger and 40 and now at 63?
Well, I think it's life experiences. I think that you learn more about yourself the older you become. You have, you know, more achievements, successes in life. You raise children, you see them grow up and become successful adults. You know, I can't explain it, but I know when I was younger, I was insecure about everything and not, you know, everything that I did, and not just about what I looked like and what my body looked like, and you know, who I was. I maybe even didn't really understand who I was. And I think since I've been retired, I've been on this kind of spiritual journey, and really kind of discovering myself and who I am, and really feeling comfortable about me. I love spending time with myself, being alone. Years ago, I couldn't have more people around me. I had to have more people around me all the time. I was never alone. And now I'm just enjoying being by myself and who I am. And I think over that time, I've just gained the confidence and just felt, you know, I was ready to do something like this boudoir photo session.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you for that. Was there anything really specific? I know you kind of touched on like how this came about when you saw the other ladies' photos and you were in your 40s and they were beautiful. But was there anything like really specific that made you want to do a session like this?
I guess I wanted to prove to myself that, okay, I'm 63 years old, and you know what, I can still look good. I'm, into fitness and eating healthy, meditation, yoga. And I just wanted to prove to myself that, my life is not over at 63, there's so much in my life that's just started, and it was just kind of another phase in my life. And I thought that, it'd be great for my husband to see this. And, it was so much fun going out and buying the outfits for the boudoir photo session. And I would tell people that when I went to the retail stores to find, the different outfits, and they were like amazed, and they said, that's great. You feel so empowered. And I was proud that I was doing this. And I think I think every woman should. It's just an amazing experience to go through. And it doesn't matter, what you look like. It's just, it made me feel so good inside to do something like this.
That's amazing. Thank you. And Karen, what was your biggest fear in going ahead and or thinking about booking this, or deciding to actually book the photo shoot?
Well, I think, even at my age, we're all kind of nervous. What are we going to look like? Or what is it going to be like? Like, it was kind of the fear of the unknown. I wasn't scared to do it, but I was a little nervous because I didn't know quite what to expect, like how do you pose, or how do you, what are the angles? What are you supposed to do in the photo session? And the one thing about the photographer and Gabriella Cruz is that they constantly send you emails with information telling you about, different places you can go to get different things, what to expect. And they do this kind of preparation with you, which helped really make me feel a lot more comfortable. There's this constant communication. And I really appreciated that because it kind of lessened my fear. But when I got there, it was so amazing, and the girls were so wonderful. And the other thing that I really that was really important to me too is that I had a female photographer. I just wasn't comfortable enough with a male photographer. And it's like the doctor, female, male doctor kind of thing as well. But I really enjoyed working with the photographer. She was absolutely wonderful, and the lady who assisted her. It was just amazing. I was so comfortable, and it was great. I can't kind of explain it more than that, I guess.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. Again, I'm gonna ask you something that I didn't actually tell you I was gonna ask you, because it's just coming up while you're talking. Do you mind sharing with us a little bit about that experience? Like what happened? Like walk us through the day just briefly, if that's okay?
Oh, sure. Yeah, well, it started, I come with my little suitcase, and of all my outfits. And so the photographer, we have, she asks if I have any questions. She kind of explains what's going to happen throughout the day. And it starts with a wonderful massage to help relax me. And so I had this wonderful massage. And then I had hair and makeup done, and the lady who did the massage and the hair and makeup artist were amazing. And they don't let you see yourself until the very end after the hair and makeup's done. So then I got to see myself, and it was like, oh my God, I've never had professional makeup ever done before. So that was quite the experience. It was like, that's really me. It's hard to believe. What you look like when you get all of that done. And then after that, I got to change into an outfit that one of the, we kind of, the photographer and I kind of picked a few outfits that she thought would be shoot really well. So I changed into that, and then we went into the studio, and it was great. Like they helped you know, they explained how to pose and how to hold your head and where to look and all of those things. And it was just, it was great. We had, I think we started at 10:30. And then we're done about 3 o'clock. So it was an all-day shoot, and it was, mind you, it was exhausting. It was fun. We had a lot of laughs. It was great, but I was tired at the end, and it was kind of like I was in an exercise, you know, session, because I was really played out.
I bet. Well, you're learning how to put your body in ways that you're probably not used
Yes.
to on a regular basis, and so that is a form of exercise. You're working muscles that maybe you didn't know you needed to sit that way. So
That's right. And I've had friends look at the pictures and they say, "Oh my God, how did you pose like that?" You know, so I'm going, well, I don't normally pose like that, but it was fun.
Yeah, it's not natural, but it looks really great in the photo.
It does, yes.
Yeah. I just want to touch on the hair and makeup real quickly.
Sure.
I think a lot of people out there, because they don't normally get their hair and makeup done by professionals, they're a little bit nervous sometimes to come in and get their hair and makeup done by people that they don't know or that they've never met. So can you just maybe touch on how you felt about the hair and makeup? And I know you said they were amazing and it looked great, but is there anything else you could maybe add to that, or let people know about that process and how you felt about how you looked afterwards?
Oh, sure. Well, one of the things that I've never had hair extensions in my life, and I do have fairly long hair. It's just below my shoulders. But I know there was one information email that was sent to us, you know, suggesting that if you'd like to have hair extensions, there was a couple of places in the city here that, you know, you could get that done. And, or if you wanted to get the clip-on ones, the hairdresser, when she came, she would put them in for you and all of that. So I thought, well, that would be fun. So, you know, I'm going for it. So I might as well go get a few extensions. So I went and got some extensions, and I just got the clip-on ones. And so when we started with the hair, like the night before, you wash your hair so you don't have any product in it or anything, and you come to the shoot, and she's got all her amazing products there with her. And she put the extensions in, she curled my hair, and it was, you know, put a few different products and things in it. And so it was quite nice. And then she did the makeup. So she did, you know, everything from your eyebrows, and if you don't have, like, she'll do your lashes and everything. I had extensions, lash extensions, but I mean, everybody does their own, from the false lashes to just your regular lashes. But she's got all the makeup there. So all the makeup products, she asks if you're allergic to anything. So if you have any allergies, it's important to let, you know, to let your stylist know and your makeup artist know ahead of time, so she has all the right products for you. But she has really, they were really good products that she used, and she did an amazing job. She really did. She was excellent.
Good, good. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Why did you choose Gabriella Cruz Photography to take your photos for you?
Well, it was interesting. I actually saw, I love Instagram, and I'm on Facebook too, and I actually saw a lot of the ads and a lot of posts. And there was also, well, I guess not only, once I saw the ads and the posts, I did some research. So I went to her website and I looked at all the photographs that she has, and saw how beautiful they were, right? And I also saw that there was women of all ages there. It wasn't just, you know, a young ladies game. It was like women my age, you know, and all ages. And so I thought, wow, you know, I was quite impressed. So I contacted the company and got some more information, then decided, you know what, this is something I want to do. You know, it's a female photographer. I've always wanted to do this, and I wanted to have a female photographer. I loved her photographs. And so I went for it and booked the session.
Perfect. Thank you. Have you gained anything new with perception of yourself? Any specific body parts on yourself or yourself in general? Have you gained any confidence or extra self-esteem from doing your session? What does that kind of look like for you since your session?
Well, it's always funny when I tell people this, but when you look in the mirror, and you see yourself, you don't really see yourself. And I don't know, I can't describe that any more than saying it like that. But I always see myself better when I see a photograph. And I know it sounds really silly, doesn't it? But I don't know, when I look in the mirror, I don't know if it's because I'm just focused on all the little things that I find wrong with myself. But when I see a photograph, I see my whole self. And so when I saw the photographs after the boudoir session, I was so, proud, I guess. And the comments I got from my husband and my close friends that I've showed, it just made me feel like, wow, okay, I do really look like this. I may not see that in the mirror when I look myself in the mirror, but when I see the photograph, I think, wow, yeah, that's okay.
That's really beautiful. And that makes perfect sense to me. I mean, I believe that our perception of ourselves is different. And that's where a lot of the passion comes in with Gabriella Cruz and she's passionate about showing women a different perception than what you see in the mirror, because we don't typically see ourselves the way our friends or our spouses see us. And that is the purpose of what we do, is to show you that. So I think you hit the nail on the head with saying that. So that's perfect. That's great. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's so true, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What does a positive body image mean to you, Karen?
Well, I think just to be comfortable in your own skin. I can't say it more than that. I have, whatever, scars, cellulite, whatever, but you know what? It's just being comfortable in who you are. So it's not just about how you look from the outside, it's about how you feel inside. And, I think as I've got older, I have a lot more positive self-image than I did like I said before, when I was younger. And I think it's just accepting yourself for who you are. As you age, you don't really have a choice. So, but accepting yourself for who you are.
Yeah, that's really beautiful, and I 100% agree with that. Is there anything that you could touch on for self-love and what that means to you, for self-love, self-care even?
Well, I think that don't ever give up on yourself. I think that it's so important to live a healthy lifestyle, and that in itself is loving yourself, taking care of yourself, whether it's meditation, going to the gym, yoga, eating clean and healthy and not the processed foods every day, and being kind to yourself. It's so important to be kind to yourself. And and to remember it's how you feel about yourself and not what others think or say about you. It's like you can't let external factors like that make you feel a certain way about yourself, because you're the one who has to be happy inside, and you have to be happy with who you are. So I think it's really be kind to yourself.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to ask you two last questions and then let you go for the day. And thank you so much for your time. This question is one, again, that I didn't send to you so you knew what we were going to talk about. I'm just wondering, is there anything that is maybe one thing that you've taken away from this experience for yourself, the most memorable part of it?
I had trouble with that one. Well, the most memorable part of this whole experience was, I guess, was just the experience itself. Like, what an amazing time I had with the session, irregardless of the photographs that I had to keep afterwards. It was just going through that process. I had so much fun, and I felt so good about myself, and I was, amazed that I could do something like that, especially at my age. And I think it's just a wonderful experience for anybody of any age, whether you're young or whether you're my age or in between. I think that it's such a wonderful thing. And like I said, get your goddess on, because it's just something I think every woman should do no matter what. And I hope that more women out there do get an opportunity to have an experience like I had.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's really important. I love that you just said, get your goddess on. I love that. That's awesome. Sorry, and I actually do have now 2 more questions, not just one more. What would be your advice for women that are interested in doing a session like this?
Well, I think that, if you're nervous about it or you're unsure, I think just to contact, like a company like Gabriella Cruz Photography, and talk to, ladies like yourself who can, explain the process and what, what it entails, because I think that the unknown is the scary part. And I know that, like, as a photographer, if there's really things you don't like about your body, if you have a little extra cellulite here and you want it touched up a little bit, there's all those little camera tricks that they can do, right? But like I know that there's things I say, well, can we touch this or that, but at the end of the day, it was great to see me raw and who I was right there and then at that age. And I think you need to be proud of yourself no matter what. So I really think and hope other women would open themselves up to that experience. And and like I said, contact the company, ask questions, or to people who have had that experience. Gabriella Cruz has an online group, and you can ask great questions there. There's a lot of people there that I'm sure would let you know about their experiences as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Our group is called GCP Goddess Empowerment. If anybody's watching this and you're not part of the group, thank you for saying that. And my final question, and again, thank you so much for taking your time and sharing your thoughts and your experience. Do you recommend Gabriella Cruz to other people that are looking to do a photo session like this?
Oh, definitely. Yes. And like I said, it was great having a female photographer too, because that really eased my nerves as well, right? I don't know if I'd be as comfortable with a man, but the photographs were beautiful. The experience was amazing. I would highly, highly recommend Gabriella Cruz Photography. It's a wonderful company, and I had nothing but good experiences. In 2 weeks I had my photographs, so I got to look at them at the end of the day, and it was just an amazing experience. So I highly do recommend them.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again so much, Karen. We enjoyed working with you. We think your photos are absolutely stunning, and really appreciate that you took your trust in us and booked with us. So thank you so much. And we will see you in the community, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.